Welcome into the Week 4 recap. Before we get into the recap, there is a new chart on the Scrollable recap. Took a little bit to make, but it's pretty darn cool, so let's go over it. It is called the Chaos Rating. So in extremely simple terms, it is how well your players score relative to their projection relative to that week. So if your players are scoring way over their projection or way under their projection, it accounts for that. And if like all of the players are scoring over their projection that week, if there's like a really high scoring week and a lot of the players are scoring over their projection, it accounts for that per position. So in extremely technical terms, it's the standard deviation of their scoring difference based on the scoring differences of each starting player at that position during that week. And all chaos is accounted for, including scoring above your projection and below your projection. Your total chaos rating is in the right-hand column there, with the higher numbers being more chaotic and the lower numbers being calmer team, more towards your projections at the start of the week. The column to the left of that is the positive-negative column. So if you have more green bar in that positive-negative column, that means that most of your chaos rating is from your players scoring more than their projection. If you have more red bar, that means most of your chaos rating is from your players scoring below their projection. So you want that to be as green as possible. And then, as you can see in the weekly rank line chart there, you'll have how your team stacks up against the other teams in terms of chaos rating. So the higher the rank, rank 1 is the most chaotic, rank 10 is the least chaotic, and you can see how that changes week by week. That is cumulative total, so that's not you were just that chaotic in that week. It builds up. So it will be easier to, if you're already chaotic, it'll be easier to stay chaotic because it's just adding on all of the previous weeks. And you can also visualize that positive or negative chaos with the green and red bars that are surrounding your line. So your spark line there that goes through to your logo in the line chart, if you have more green area above your line, that means most of your players are scoring more than their projection relative to the other players in each week. And if you have more of the red bar underneath your line, then that means most of your players are scoring less than their projection relative to the other players, the other starting players in that week. So yeah, just a cool way to see how crazy your team gets if they're staying pretty pat at their scoring levels. And it doesn't mean that, like, if you're super chaotic, it doesn't mean that that's really good or really bad. If you're a bad team, if your team is not that great, you want to be super chaotic because you want that positive chaos. If you're at the bottom of the chaos ratings, that could be a really good thing. If your team is stacked and you're at the bottom of the chaos ratings, that means you're probably winning a lot of games because all of your players are projected high and they're meeting those projections. So it's not whether you're good or bad, it's just how crazy is your team week to week compared to the other teams. So yeah. Now that is done, we'll get into the recap. There were no games this week as it was a 50-50 week. So receiving wins in the 50-50 week are T-Vits Tallywhackers, Wiener, Two Guys One Cuck, Chad's Personal Shop Vac, and Psych Ward. Receiving losses in the 50-50 week are Show Them TDs, Slower Ponies, Honey Packers, Uncle Todd's Drinking Problem, and Grit It and Quit It. Our Week 5 Idle League Power Rankings, starting at the bottom, moving down 1 spot, Wiener. At number 9, moving down 2 spots, Show Them TDs. At number 8, staying put, Uncle Todd's Drinking Problem. At number 7, moving up 3 spots, T-Fit's Tallywhackers. At number 6, staying put, Psych Ward. At number 5, not moving, Honey Packers. At number 4, not moving, Grit It and Quit It. At number 3, moving down 1 spot, Slower Ponies. At number 2, moving up 1 spot, 2 Guys 1 Cup. And remaining in the number 1 spot is Chad's Personal Shop Vac. Our Week 5 Idle League Game of the Week is 2 Guys 1 Cup 3-1 versus T-Fit's Tallywhackers 2-2. With a multitude of bye-week players, we'll see if Dak Prescott and Tua Tagovailoa can carry T-Fit's Tallywhackers to a win over 3-1 2 Guys 1 Cup. That'll do it for the short Week 4 recap. Excited to see everyone in Week 5.